I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to apply some bronzer first because look at me. I'm as pale as you can get. So sometimes this just gives a little bit more warmth before your 3D foundation. So I just kind of put it everywhere. A little bit of warmth and color before the 3D. And I've only learned this because someone else has shown me how to do it. So I put a little Bella bronzer everywhere, and then I'm using the detail brush. It looks like a paintbrush, but it works super good for contour and brightening. So I'm gonna go into my contour color. Remember, it's that dark, scary color that we don't have to be afraid of anymore, because I'm gonna tell you right where to put it. Up and under that cheekbone. So you always gonna go top of ear to outer corner of eye. Oops, and I went too high there. Doesn't matter because it's all gonna blend out here. So I'm gonna go top of ear to outer corner of eye over here. And then I'm gonna go temple to temple. I go right above my temples because I am hollowing a little bit in my temples. And then we're gonna go down the schnoz, just kind of following the eyebrow line down. My kids are in the other room playing games. Okay, so we have contoured around the hairline, up and under that cheekbone, and we're not perfect, and that's perfect because cream is forgiving. And then we go eyebrow line down the nose on both sides to narrow it. And then the last part of contour is just chiseling out that jaw. Just like so. Just put a little bit underneath there and brush it back. Turn it down just a little, guys. And then we're going to use the small end of the detail brush, go into the brightening highlight. Remember, you don't need much with this because cream is heavily pigmented. So we kind of do a sprout in between the brows, and then we're going to go down the nose a little bit, and then the Cupid's bow, and then chin. And remember, we're blending in the end. A little bit on the chin, and then we go inner corner of the eye. Little goes a long way with cream. No water in it. Just kind of repeat that to yourself when you're applying it for the first time because you don't need much at all to get coverage, light and bright, and some dimension. Always drag up that brightening highlight on that lower line of your eye up because it's going to lift your eye. Same thing over here in that inner corner. And you don't need much. Look at that. Added a few hours of sleep. And then following that lower lash line, I finally got the words. The verbiage came up because we're going to lift the eye. Okay, so we brightened. Now we're ready for the main highlight. You can get this done with one brush. Get the 3D foundation brush if that's what you're going to do. If you're going to get two, these are great options. The detail brush is great. It looks like a paintbrush, but it's easy to use, and it actually makes contouring and brightening easier. And you can get this baby cheaper if you bundle it with the bronzer bundle. You get a bronzer and the brush at a discounted price. So I'm going to go into the main highlight with my blush and bronzer brush, the small domed end, and I'm just going to press that in the lower half of my face where I don't have product, just kind of the lower half. Okay, and then I'm ready to blend it out, light to dark. I know I look scary, but our face is taking shape and having dimension, light, bright, a little bit of coverage. So I blend light to dark because that's just how I was taught. I don't like to reinvent the wheel. But if you, by chance, blend dark first, it's gonna work out. This stuff was made to be worn together, so you don't even need to worry about it one bit. Just start blending. The really only rule is to go up and back with that cheekbone contour because we don't want to drag the face down. We want to lift it up. So for that forehead contour, I kind of just pushed it back into the hairline. That's it, just so there's not a big difference between the light and the dark. And I love this stuff because it goes together. It just doesn't muddy, you know? It's meant to be worn together. So this is the rule, pushing up and back with that cheekbone contour. It's just going to lift your whole face. Kind of cinches it all in, cinches it all together. So this is Hollywood. She's a fun shade. I don't know if you're familiar with NARS at all, but if you are, there is a blush called Orgasm, and this is the same thing. It's that same peachy tone. So if you like that, this is a perfect one for you. And I go right on the apple of my cheek and up because I like to have a little bit more fullness in my cheek region. So same thing over here. Voila. I'm going to fix a little because, you know, I'm not perfect and you don't have to be with this. But I think I did that in under 5 minutes for sure. And we have dimension, coverage, a little bit of glow. You can bring this in the car. You can do it anywhere you want. This is Hollywood on my lips, in case you're wondering. And everything that I put on my face is in this top layer compact. Everything. And then if you get a palette 12, you have options. Look at all those lip cheeks I have. I have some illuminator, and then I have 6 eyeshadows. So super fun, quick, and easy. The 2 brushes I used today were the blush and bronzer and the detail.